Knee on belly attacks. So we looked at the rear leg triangle. Okay, last week. I'm going to show you another couple of ways of getting into the triangle. It just depends on what the guy does in you. Okay. So again, this is the step over triangle from side control. Okay. I'm going to switch to broken scarf and I'm going to kill this arm. So I go to broken scarf and then use my knee, kill the arm, do the side control. See where his arm goes trapped under my armpit here. His car wants to keep his arm tucked in here so that he can hip escape and put me back in the guard. Okay, so I want to make sure I get this arm out here. Yeah, so they can't have it in my hip, it's coming out here under my armpit. So to do that, you know how to do this. Switch to broken scarf, pull it out, use my hip to kill it, and I bring my knee with the side control. Again, I'm just going to go to knee and belly position again, and put the hand here, grab the belt. Then I go to knee and belly, I want to keep my elbow pinched to try and keep his arm tight to my legs. Switch to my knee and belly position and I hug this elbow here. Okay. Again, Carr's going to start trying to push this knee up. I'm going to put a lot of pressure here. He's not going to be thinking about defending the neck. All he wants to do is remove this knee because I'm trying to take all the air out. Okay, so from here, I use my hand, I'm going to pull his wrist. I don't want to pull the gi, I'm just going to pull his wrist towards. I'm going to drop this knee in the mat, step over, grab the foot, have the triangle again. Take it from the mount, or roll over my shoulder. Again, one more time. So, side control, kill the arm, switch to broken scarf hold. Side control, knee on belly, get my grips, back of the collar. Here, on the belt, but I want to hug this arm, pinch, jump, knee on belly, and really keeping this arm tight. He starts pushing this knee off, just going to grab it, and as I pull it this road, I got to drop this knee to the mat, okay, so I can step over. Now watch, hand comes, pulls the head up, so when I step over, I have it. Beat side, pull it under, just like in the last one. An arm bar, wrist lock from here, finish from the mount, roll to the guard. Again, we talked about not staying square. Car can start to posture and stack, and I'm having to use my hands to keep them back. But when I get to here, once I secure the triangle and then I lock the triangle, I'm always looking to get perpendicular. Okay, then he starts to stack. Drive into me. Once you get perpendicular, you want to keep it. So again, one more time. Side control. Broken scarf. And the arm. My grips. Pinch. Knee on belly. Got a heavy pressure with this shin across the belt line. I want to take the air out of him. I want him pushing here. Grab the wrist. Pull it. Okay, drop my knee to the mat. Pull his head up. Step over. Grab. Base with the hand. Forward. Lock the triangle. Mount. That's your step over triangle. So, again, it's kind of based on what he does to me. Again, side control, jump the knee on belly. A lot of times people bring their hand underneath, maybe try and look for some kind of hold, my leg. Okay. So, when did I feel that? Just switch positions. So in the first triangle, we were looking at the guy pushes this foot into your half guard. So you should be able to get the triangle. The second one, if he starts pushing at your knee, you should be able to get the triangle. This time, you might bring this hand underneath. Okay? start to grab your toes. Look for a toe hold submission. The car's really flexible, so it's hard to get him, but that's not to say I can't reverse him from here. Okay? So the minute you feel that hand coming under, there's a chance to get the triangle. Again, control. My knee on belly. Again, if I'm playing knee on belly properly, my foot tight, car's hip, it's going to be very hard for him to actually bring his hand under this to go for this. But I could bait him into it, okay, by keeping this kind of not so tight. And then when I feel hand coming underneath here, to go for this, I'm going to grip this knee. I'm going to put my weight on my hand beside this left hip. Okay. And pull. Okay, the arm up. As I step over. Look. Yeah. Get my grips. Knee on belly. This hand comes underneath. I'm gonna grab the gi. First with the hand. Pull this up. Step over. Okay, let's just say his head's glued to the mat. Pull up. Come around, just like I did before. Finish from the mount. The arm bar. Wrist lock. This is called the slide through triangle. They're all basically the same, you end up in the same position. Okay, try that. So, last week we showed you the baseball bat choke. So, side control, put my grip at the collar, go to knee on belly, okay. Feed the lapel with my left hand, stuff it to make the space. Okay. Put a lot of pressure on Carl, so you really want to drive, starts pushing that knee, this hand's coming in, okay. So again, everything with knee on belly is pressure. I've got to try and take the air out of him. Because if I just sit here and I don't put a lot of pressure on his gut, he's going to be just T-Rexing his hands and defending, and you're not going to get anywhere near for chokes. So once you go to knee on belly, okay, the detail is pressure. So he's starting to try and get rid of this. I push the lapel through, I get the grip, I bring my elbows in, my elbows towards my belly button, okay, and then I drop my knee and I walk around. Right on the mat. Okay, that's the variation we did last week. Okay, this week I'm just going to show you a different version of it, only I'm going to use this gi. This works really well. If you get the side control and he starts driving this forearm and making frames, which is uncomfortable. Okay? So, I'm going to free up. I'm going to pass it, okay, over the arm. Okay, I'm going to pass it all the way over. And again, when I pass it from my right hand to my left hand, I want to make sure that I bring my elbow, okay, all the way over, and then I pinch it to the side, okay, make the grips. The other detail is, I want to make a rope with the gi, okay, so I want to try and get the gi like this when I pass it. I don't want it like a cape, okay. So again, once this is driving in, I grab my right hand, I bring it across, and then I pinch my elbow, and I pass it to my left hand. Again, I'm going to be driving with my cross face to take this arm out of action. Okay? Come to knee on belly position. Okay, now he's got one arm tied up. Okay, slide in, I do the same grip. Elbows in, towards my belly button, drop my knee to the mat. Walk around his head. Okay. Let's just say I do the same move. And instead of making the gi like a rope, I make it like a cape. So I pass it, kind of passing it all the way over the arm. And when I take it to the left hand, Carl just frees his arm by punching his arm out. Okay. I'll have to cut that one off the table. So again.
Action.
Retake. Just punch your arm out. Okay, so again. Whatever way you want. Okay, so look. Can you see the difference when I use it as a cape? Okay, there's not the same control. And pull his arm out. But if I use it like a rope, when I pass it, look, I use my elbow to push his elbow tight to my body. Especially if you're wrestling someone who's got a really short skirt on their gi, and you go to pass it and you just get a little grip here. Okay, you want to use your elbow, tuck it in, get the grip, heavy on the cross face, and on the mat. Got a knee on belly. Okay, you need to punch this through just a little bit to feed this through. Elbows together. Okay, turning my wrists in towards my belly button. And I drop my knee, and I walk around to north-south. Put my head on the mat to this side. Because if I put it on his belly, I can start walking towards me. So again, back here, put my head on the mat. I start walking around. Setting up a barrier with my head. Okay, so that's just another version of the baseball bat shoot, guys. Try that. Okay, so this is the lapel Ezekiel, just from knee on belly. So I'm just doing the last move. Okay, so get the gi free. Let's just say I made the mistake of not making it like a rope. Okay, so when I passed it over, I got to here. Go to knee on belly, but Carl's immediately freed his hand. Okay? That doesn't mean to say I don't have to go to knee on belly. I'm still going to go to knee on belly. Okay? To here. Start putting pressure with my shin across his belt line. Okay? And from here, my right hand is going to come underneath. Put on my left forearm. Okay, one more time. Sometimes when you free the arm, you know, you don't have to go back to square one. You can just keep that grip of the gi and then use it when you get to knee on belly. So again, I'm here, he's making frames. I pass this across. I want to go for my baseball bat shoot. And he's immediately freed it even before I get to knee on belly. So rather than go back and try to tie this up again, I'm just going to keep a hold of it, making sure there's a space here. Jump to knee on belly, put the pressure on, he starts pushing, feeding my hand underneath. It's all the way. I want to bring the back of my hand across his throat. And I turn. Okay, so I've got the blade of my arm going across one jugular and his geese coming across the other. Okay, I keep my head off Carl's head and I bring him to me. Time. Side control. He's making frames, making life difficult. Pass the gi over. Freeze the arm. Just as I go to knee on belly, put a lot of pressure on his belly. He's defending. The hands on the mat, it's going to come underneath. I need to keep my base so my head's above his head. Swim it through. Bring him to me. So that's your lapel Ezekiel, okay, from knee on belly.